Well, awesome. Welcome to tonight's Team People Builders call. The topic tonight is about the IsaBody Challenge and the payoffs. And it's more than money. And who better to talk about this tonight than Amyra Mondon, the 2014 IsaBody Challenge recipient. I was there when she got her big $25,000 check. And since then, we have come to know and appreciate the gifting that Amyra brings. So Amyra, why don't I let you go ahead and jump in and give us your bio, and I'll just hand it over to you while I check my computer here.
Okay, well, hello and welcome. I have a strong affinity and bias, can I say bias, for this team? Because when I first got started in Isagenix, it was Kathy and Betty and Patsy that kind of took me under their wing and made me feel welcomed and showered me with, the love of the Lord and things like that. So I will always be forever grateful and feel very special, with this. And Donna has poured into my life and several times. So you guys are a part of such an amazing team. So thank you for having me on tonight. Real top line, my bio is, before Isagenix, I actually was an overweight fitness instructor and a cranky, no energetic mom who was feeling very inconsistent and incongruent with what I professed to believe and the results that I was achieving in my life. And so a friend introduced me to Isagenix, and I decided to take the IsaBody Challenge because I saw it as a way to hold myself accountable, and ended up dropping 37 pounds, 6 dress sizes. I'm a former NFL cheerleader. I look better now. I'm now 43 than I did when I was training in the NFL, and then won the IsaBody Challenge in 2014, won $25,000 for taking back my life. And it has been such an amazing journey. And, I was thinking about it before coming on here. I really want to thank you guys because so much growth has occurred after the challenge, versus just the whirlwind of being thrust into the limelight and, with Isagenix. And so I feel really honored, and I really am hoping that I bring a lot of value into the growth that occurs from the IsaBody Challenge ongoing. Because one of the things that I've come to realize is it's the things that happen after the challenge and after you keep growing. It doesn't stop. So that's my bio. I am a mom. I have three beautiful children. I think they're beautiful, little whippersnappers, Isaiah, Kai, and Elijah, and we live here in Bradenton, Florida.
Let me unmute one of these microphones. Sorry about that. Amyra, why don't you share real quickly what were some of the things you wish you knew?
That I knew about IsaBody, or some of the things that I knew. Well, some of the things that I knew, like I'm going to frame it in that I wish that I knew going into it, right? I'm going to keep it light and I'm going to keep it funny. One thing I wish that I knew with that is that Isagenix will call you at any moment and say, hey, can you come do a photo shoot or be in a video? So it's like, oh my gosh, I'm sitting here eating pizza and y'all want me to be on camera in 2 weeks. So they're good for like catching you off guard and asking you to participate in things. But no, in all seriousness, one of the things that I wish that we had when I first got started was I wish we had the Healthy Mind and Body program.
Mm.
And I wish that I was aware of the cycle of growth, or what's also called the cycle of performance that we all go through. Mm-hmm. I wish that I had known that it would be normal for my old patterns to present themselves, mm-hmm. and that when the old patterns present themselves, that it's just a sign of growth. And I wish I had the knowledge and the tools to move through that, mm-hmm. Because I went through a really hard mental process of what would my motivation be and what is my identity, because in becoming the IsaBody Challenge Grand Prize winner, you're immediately thrust into the limelight. And we go from, you guys know, you're getting healthy and you're changing your life, and we're coming from a place of real vulnerability because it is our life. Mm-hmm. And so when we change and when our bodies transform, I found that my mind did not have the time to catch up with what was happening in my body, because my mind still had the fat mind, right? My mind, even though the body changed, I would still go to the store and grab a large and sit there kind of perplexed and not really understanding what was going on, and even kind of fight with the sales associate. I'm not a small, I'm a large, right? And so I wish that I had that program to help me transition through exactly what was happening, and that I was creating a brand new identity and having the knowledge that I needed to create a brand new identity in order to get the results that last. So that was one major thing that I really wish that I had known beforehand. But it's great now because we have it now for everybody.
That's right.
We're providing that now for people.
That's right. Boy, that translates to the IsaBody as well as every other big, hairy, audacious goal we set. You know, the fact that it really does require us to become the person that we haven't yet been and work through those. Right. So, and it sounds like by the grace of God, you were able to kind of come full circle. I can see how others might trip up there right after they've won, even if as just a finalist receiving the 3,000 or along the way, how that could trip any one of us up.
Right. But that's also too, and that's also the beauty, and that's also the love and affection that I have for this team here. Because we have such a wonderful culture and we're so connected, you have people that will come alongside of you, like Donna did, or, like you, Betty, or that see things in you, and they will champion the person that you're becoming, and they will ask you, or ask you the hard questions, or lead you in a direction that, they've already been through. So feel very grateful for that blessing that we have that in our community, in our culture. And so yes, for me, because there was that connection, I feel very blessed for that. But for people who don't have that, or for people who don't come to the events, or for people who, aren't, in something like, the IsaBody Challenge Grand Prize win, for that person who every day needs that support.
That's right.
People need to know this.
Yeah.
They need to be awakened to what's going on, and that it's okay. Because if you guys are anything like me, you beat yourself up about those old patterns. It's like, gosh, here I am again. It's late at night and I'm eating Cheetos, like in the Today's a Day video. I'm sitting there eating Cheetos late at night because that's what I used to do.
Yeah.
But I would beat myself up from it. But understanding that cycle, it's okay. It's okay. Old pattern, it's breaking, and we're establishing new ones.
That's awesome. So that sounds like you've jumped into the next question, which we may not even need to cover, which were some of the benefits that you attained outside of the weight loss and just better health, just some of the other personal parts of the transformation, which you've already named, which was being able to move through to identify some of the cycles and be okay as you move through them instead of them meaning a bad thing about you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm a better person. I'm a nicer person. I'm a more confident person.
Mm-hmm.
And I was not okay with being transparent. So I am now very okay with that, and I understand now that that is the power that comes with being vulnerable, and that as leaders, that when we're vulnerable, it gives people permission to do the same, and it creates a beautiful intimacy amongst people. So I'm a totally different person today than I was back in 2014 or 2015.
Well, that refining fire that brings out the humility, that says, I don't have to be or don't have to know, because we're all in a journey together working through that. So that's awesome. It's beautiful, Amyra. So what about, if you have we have people that'll be listening to the recording, and those that are on the call today that are just new in their IsaBody experience. Some of them they've set the intent to start, but they just haven't started yet. Do you have some insights or wisdom to help them get off to a strong start or pick up if they've stalled out?
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. So the number one thing, and I've actually made this shift in people that I'm coaching and bring on board. Number one is enroll in Healthy Mind and Body, right? And enroll in Healthy Mind and Body because we are about establishing a foundation for wellness. And we are about ensuring that you have results that last. And as leaders, or as a leader, I am going to support you in that. And I'm not going to do the disservice of just giving you the how-to, right? And even though everybody wants that, we're conditioned. We live in a society that says, hey, get on this webinar and get the 5 steps to transforming your body. Here's the top 10 things to do in order to get ripped abs,
Yep.
And again, like I said, if we don't change the identity, then it's not going to last. So step number one, if you're just getting started or you're restarting, is to enroll in Healthy Mind and Body and make the decision that you're going to create a brand new identity, that this healthy person that you're becoming, no matter what the goal is, that it's going to move from what you do to that it's going to become who you are. Because once it's who you are, then the results are going to last. So we're going to sign up with Healthy Mind and Body first, and then we're going to sign up for the IsaBody Challenge. And then once we do that, I'm going to tell you that the secret, which there really are no secrets, but the key to success is to be consistent, and to trust the process. And if you really want to knock it out the park, follow the isogenic system and make sure that your healthy fork and knife meals, I call them healthy fork and knife meals, the meals that you eat in between the shakes, that they are clean. And what do I mean by clean? I mean that you don't eat anything that is processed. And the simplest way to remember clean eating is that if you can catch it, kill it, grow it, or pick it, then you can eat it, okay? So if you can't catch it, kill it, grow it, or pick it, then don't eat it. And if you'll combine that with this wonderful nutrition system, you will get fantastic results. And because you're in Healthy Mind and Body and you've shifted your mind into you're creating this brand new identity, you will get results that last. And we will all stay off of what I call the crazy train, which is the on again, off again, right? So that would be the advice that I would give somebody that's just getting started or is restarting with their transformation.
Boy, have you heard it that plainly spoken before? Your clean meal consists of anything you can eat, pick, or kill. Wow, that's one you could take to the bank, Amyra. You should trademark that. Make a little meme about it, and we'll all share it. It's so right. Combined with the isogenic protocol, you can really get ahead.
Say it again, Donna. Donna says, so if you can catch it, kill it, grow it, or pick it, you can eat it. If you can't catch it, kill it, grow it, or pick it, then don't eat it.
That's great. That's awesome. Thank you, Amyra. Let me pause here for a second because we're going to move on to talk a little bit more about leadership with Amyra. But does anybody have any questions about their own IsaBody Challenge experience, sharing IsaBody with any of your connections or team members? Or even for yourself, if you've had a pitfall. I'm thinking pothole or pitfall. A pothole that you keep running into. I'm really impressed with Tammy and Darren. They started and have been one of our poster children for sticking with it, and the drop that we've seen for them. And I think Ruth and Rick are involved in it as well. And I haven't re-signed up, but Donna's in it. I believe Donna's actively in it. No, not this time, but she just finished one.
Yeah, I just finished one. I got my t-shirt in the mail today.
Wow, congratulations.
So I got to start another one.
Yeah, that's her second one. That's cool.
That's my third one.
Oh, your third one. Well, congratulations, Donna. That's awesome. Well, cool. If no one has any questions for your team members, I was trying to think. Oh, Darren, go ahead.
Oh. Sorry, I was trying to unmute, but I was clicking the wrong place. I have a question, Amyra, that is something I've struggled with. I am a member of the 100-Pound Club, but I'm not there now. And so you mentioned it a little bit about the on again, off again. One of the approaches I've used is we're always on program. It's just whether we're on maintenance or whether we're on things. So if we have, a holiday or something, we don't actually go off program. We just switch to maintenance. It was one thing we've done. But the other thing is, and the biggest struggle for me with IsaBody Challenge has always been not believing I have a chance. I mean, you look at people like yourself and Alvy, and it's like, I'm not going to win that. What's the point? And I know that's not the right attitude, but what can you suggest to, what am I trying to ask?
Good question.
Do you see what I'm trying to ask? Do you understand?
I see what you're trying. I see what you're trying to ask, and I want to thank you and honor you for the vulnerability. So thank you for asking that, and thank you for being very real in what that is.
Mm-hmm.
And I also can see how, and be very real with you, the way that the program is marketed, that it can seem like a very far off or almost something that's unattainable, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I want you to know is that you absolutely can do anything. Now, are you enrolled in Healthy Mind and Body, or have you taken Healthy Mind and Body?
I have taken it, yes.
Okay. So I recommend taking it and continuing to take it the same way we re-enroll in the IsaBody Challenge, the same way that we eat every day, the same way that we drink water every day. We must feed our mind every day. And what we all experience is the years and years of conditioning, right? And the conditioning is unconscious. We're not aware of it. And so we must break those patterns, and we must establish new beliefs. And we must take the time to understand how, Darren, your beautiful mind works, right? And you mentioned that, you know, it's like you're on the program and then you're in maintenance, or if the holidays come, then you move to maintenance. And this is what I was talking about before, right? That's the crazy train, right?
Yeah.
That's where we need to move from, that this is not what we do, it becomes who we are. And one of the things that I will often tell people that I'm coaching is we want to make this become your lifestyle fit around your life versus our tendency to have our life try to fit around our lifestyle, right? So what we're really talking about here is belief, right? Belief. And because we're so conditioned to move into the strategy and the how-tos, we skip over belief. And what's being presented right now are some deep-rooted beliefs that can be changed. And they can be changed by understanding how the mind operates. And once you establish that vision through use of your imagination, and then emotion comes attached to that, and you create your I am statements, your identity will start to shift. Because the same way that somewhere along there, and I'm going to be very direct with you, somewhere along there, someone lied to you along in your journey, right? Because you are worthy, and you are enough, and you can. And we all have had experiences where we've been conditioned to think something that is against the truth of who we really are. So it's up to us to take that responsibility and recondition. So once we establish that belief and we commit to the reconditioning process and understand that in that reconditioning process, there's going to be some resistance. So the same way that, like, you know, if you first go to the gym, it does not feel good and your body responds with being sore, but you go back and you do it again and it becomes easier. We got to do the same thing with our mind, right? So the first thing is, my love, and if I can help you in any way, you must establish the vision and the belief. If you want to be the grand prize winner, you absolutely can be the grand prize winner. Okay? Absolutely can. Right? You had people like Ellen Cook, right? 100-pound club member, IsaBody finalist. Jill Birth, lost over 100 pounds. Prey Coleman, lost over 100 pounds and became IsaBody grand champions. So it starts with belief. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does. Am I still unmuted? Yes. Yeah, it helps a lot. I can really I can really feel your heart, and so yeah, it means a lot. Thanks.
You're welcome. Go for it. You have everything inside of you to live the life you want.
Mm-hmm.
Those aren't my words. That's the truth.
Live the life you're called to be, Darren. Thank you for sharing, because it really does, and we all needed to hear that, you know, that we have been lied to in our life about things that are not true about us and what we're able to achieve or what we're able to do, or even who we are in the world. And as those of you that have been around us very much lately, our conversations are all about becoming who you are wired to be more fully in the partnership with IsaGenics, but just in life, because otherwise the world misses out on your gifting that's coming. So we are here to cheer you and fan the flame on your belief, on that spark of belief, so it comes full circle and that it spreads, because all of us are on that trajectory, sorting through those transparent belief systems. So thank you, Amyra. Thank you, Darren.
Yeah, there's also an element of believing that you deserve it as well.
That's right. That's right. And that's all part of the conditioning process. That is all why we take Healthy Mind and Body and we do it again. Or if you even want to go deeper, there's some other programs that I can help you with, or I can share with you, that will help condition your mind, because that's what this is about. Because whatever is consistently impressed will be expressed. Exactly. So we must condition our mind.
I appreciate that, Amyra. So one of the other things we talked a little bit about, we wanted to dig in a little bit tonight, is about the top 50 experience. And Amyra, I don't know if you've attended a top 50 or mostly just working with Rod, why people might want to invest in attending from your viewpoint in the 2-day intensive in Denver coming up on March 18th and 19th.
Yes, well, and it's perfect transition, because that top 50 event is actually going to be the live of what we just talked about right now, right? That top 50 event is going to take you through the conditioning process. It's going to teach you about how your mind operates, and it's going to teach you about establishing a brand new vision. And in the top 50 event, you get what's called a significant emotional event, because to your point, Darren, there's actually 3 ways to change your belief, right? And these beliefs that we have right now, we were talking about them as it applies to the IsaBody Challenge, the transformation of your body, but they can be applied to anything, to the growth of your business. So the top 50 event is focused around growing your business and stepping into leadership. But what I was saying is the 3 ways to change your belief are, number 1, your environment. So the people that you are consistently around and the things that you experience. The old saying, birds of a feather flock together, right? You can change your belief by your environment. You can change your belief through conditioning, right? Conditioning, what is repeated over and over and over and over again, right? So that's what you get in Healthy Mind and Body, because it's a 60-day program, because it typically takes 21 days to make a new habit. Right? So beliefs can be changed through conditioning. The third way, which happens at the top 50 event, is a significant emotional event, right? That literally can change your belief. So at that event, you'll experience like a board-breaking session, right? We move into, what is it that you want, and establish that, and then figure out what's holding you back, and then like literally breaking through a board. And that shift that's going to occur, it reprograms your mind. So you're going to get that, and you're going to be able to take those principles and apply them to your business. Some of the top leaders in IsaGenics have taken their leaders through a top 50 event, and their businesses have improved dramatically. So that is a really impactful and very valuable event that I want to encourage everybody to attend. I'm going to try to come out there and be with you guys in Denver. So it's what we're talking about right now, but you're going to get it live, and you're going to get it from the best, Rod Harrison, who's going to teach that to you.
Thank you, Amyra. One of the things, as the leaders have been talking about this, to bring this event, while Rod has an approach and a methodology, we honor that he has stewarded this understanding to bring it to the market, which is IsaGenics. We also are expecting that this will be wrapped in the truth that reveals lies and breaks lies. It's truth that breaks lies and reveals them, sheds the light on it. So I'm expecting every one of you who do attend to have a significant spiritual interruption in terms of with the power of the Most High God as well. So for those of you who are inclined to see how God wants to bless you and your business and your life, this will be an awesome opportunity to engage freshly with that as you process with the approach that Rod brings.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Well, I'm excited that we get to do this journey together, because every one of you hears and sees and has gifts that you bring to the community, which is Isagenix and the Team People Builders. And also, as we turn around and face out and share this with customers who are engaging with our solutions along the path to get healthier. I mean, to be less toxic thinking, less toxic beings in the world. And the world, as we know right now, the world needs less toxic beings, period. Don't need to say. So let me open it up. Questions, comments from Myra? It's a great time to have this topic, one about IsaBody Challenge, as well as just the benefits of a 16-week commitment. And Darren, I want to, as I'm waiting for somebody to raise their hand or type in a question, but their comment, one of the things, Darren, that you brought up about the, as you were looking at the trajectory and the motivation about that, is I'm just encouraging each one of you, if you're not currently enrolled in IsaBody, to look at how you can use that 16 weeks for yourself. I completed my first IsaBody challenge, but I had to change it. I had to change it for myself from being a weight goal or a money goal. So my goal wasn't to be in a finalist or wasn't to win the 25,000. My goal wasn't to lose a specific weight, because I found that even in those goals, I would sabotage myself. So my goal became, can I track and monitor for 16 weeks? Can I? Can I prove to myself that I can do this for 16 weeks? I did. I lost some weight. I tracked it for 16 weeks, and it helped me break through some of the things that were just habits about tracking for 16 weeks and staying accountable for 16 weeks. So I encourage each of you, as you look at a 16-week period, what is it? Because it's every step, right? It's consistently taking a step at that will make the difference for us, and will also continue to reveal the limiting beliefs or the lies that keep us bound from that. So questions, comments, thoughts about that, or about anything Amyra shared today?
You know, something I've had the idea of and never actually pulled the trigger on was as I enrolled in the IsaBody Challenge, probably mostly because I didn't believe in myself of even having a shot of winning. So with me changing that thought, I think I might actually pull the trigger and do this. And one of the things I want to do is, as I enroll in the IsaBody Challenge, or a couple weeks later in this case, I want to write out a essay that sets into place what I want to be at when I'm done with the challenge. In other words, I can write an essay that says, this is where I'm at now.
Beautiful.
Even though it's still weeks before it happens. And in that way, set up a goal in writing. And that way, whether I make it or whether I don't, I have an essay ready to finish to submit for the challenge anyway.
Darren, you know what's so powerful about what you're saying is whatever you write down, you will achieve. And especially you combine that with the conditioning that comes with the Healthy Mind and Body program, because our beautiful minds are like a very sophisticated cybernetic system, and we need targets. We need vision. So if you go and you write out what it is that you want, you've already started that process. You've already started that process of establishing the vision. And if you read that over and over and over again every day as you're going along your challenge, well, that's the conditioning right there, right? And whatever you consistently impress upon your subconscious mind will be expressed. Whatever you focus on, you will find, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you do that, and then it will be inevitable that the patterns will break, and then you will start to line up with that you're focused on. You know, it's like, you know, we can have a little bit of fun with this. If we say, you know, we're trying to get healthy, and we sit there, but yet we focus on chocolate, right? If we're like, oh, I'm not going to eat chocolate. Well, the next thing you know, you're going to be seeing chocolate commercials, or you're going to pass the Hershey chocolate truck on the way to the store. They're going to be giving out samples of chocolate at Costco. And the next thing you know, you're probably going to eat chocolate, right? Because what we focus on, we find. So if you take that, and I want to encourage you to do so, and write out what it is that you want, It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful journey. And then know this too. Did you know that the IsaBody Challenge, it's 50% your body transformation and 50% your life transformation. So it sounds like starting off here, you're going to go ahead and write out what that life transformation is going to be. So you'll already have it when it comes to the end and you're turning in that essay as to the person that you've become and how your life has changed in this process. So the other thing that I want to share too for everyone is that, focus on becoming a better person. Focus on becoming the person that you want to be or the person that you were designed to be, right? You focus on that and you make that change, then the benefits that come after that, well, I like to think that they are inevitable, right? Mm-hmm. Right? You become that champion of growth. You become that light. Mm-hmm. You become that person that takes back their life. You become that person that is an inspiration for other people. Mm-hmm. Well, then becoming a finalist or a grand prize winner, well, that's just icing on the cake.
That's right. That's right. Good word. Good word. It's a good word for all of us. Thank you. Thank you. Awesome. Well, think about the people that you've invited or that you've shared with and connected with. And even as you recommit, as each people who are recommitting to the IsaBody is getting ready to start it again, to think who might enjoy this run with you. Who might enjoy the IsaBody Challenge? One of our new team members, Starley, has not yet enrolled in the IsaBody Challenge, but she's intended to, and it's a matter of getting all the details. But her conversation about starting it has gained her more team members. She's probably enrolled 4 people because she's talking about the start of. So by setting the intent and then getting it moving, all happens in time. There's no correct start time, but just the conversation about it. So as each of you are beginning to look and see how that will enhance your life and your lifestyle, I encourage you to be sharing that with others who wants to join you and who even wants to be part of your cheerleading squad that may or may not join Isagenix, because over time, people are going to have their lives improved because of you taking a step to be more you.
Hey, Kathy, can I add something to that?
Yeah, please do.
Speaking people that may or may not want to be a part of Isagenix, and I know that we are leaders that are all about doing what's best for the person that we're talking to. Mm-hmm. Well, I recently found out, I don't know if you guys know this, that you can actually sign somebody up for Healthy Mind and Body without having them be on an Isagenix system. Did you know that?
I think I knew, but I had forgotten. So
I did not know that. And so why that's important is because that may be another entry point or a better entry point for someone, that if we as leaders are consultants in people's lives, then mm-hmm. just simply helping somebody break a cycle mm-hmm. and providing that resource for them would be another way that we can help people, live the lives that they want. So that's an entry point that they can come into. They don't necessarily have to be utilizing the products in order to benefit from that program.
That's awesome. That's great. Thank you. Thank you for that. Well, there's a lot of good things happening. And at the beginning of the year, there's always a lot of energy and anticipation toward envisioning 2017. And this is such an excellent year to be creating a demarcation between what's past and what's future. For you, deciding what you want to bring forward and what is not going to come with you. I mean, literally saying to yourself or declaring to your atmosphere, that is not coming with me this year. That's not coming with me this year. That's not coming with me. And opening your ears to hear and your eyes to see things that are things that your spirit's trying to show you, that the Holy Spirit's trying to show you, that will keep you present to let those things fall away, to choose new thoughts that are based on the truth of who you are, and uprooting those lies. So it's a great time. It's an exciting year. It's an exciting time to be together. It's exciting time to grow together in this journey. So I appreciate so much, Amyra, the wisdom that you brought, the insight that you brought today, and those of you that even in between calls, how you're sharing in between, how we chat in between, either in our Facebook groups or even on phone calls. Just the fact that we are all, a rising tide lifts all ships, and we as a community are doing that for each other as each one of us come into our own gifting and calling, partnering with Isagenix. So thank you for that opportunity. Thank you, Amyra, for tonight. Any other closing comments or questions for Amyra? Patsy, do you have a?
Amyra, thank you so much for sharing. You, golly, you really hit some nails on the head that I don't even think people knew, me included, needed to be spoken to. So thank you. Thank you for sharing your beautiful heart.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm really looking forward to coming out and being with you guys in Denver, and potentially even coming back and doing a Healthy Mind and Body event for you guys. So if that's something that you're interested in, I need your help. Y'all tell corporate that's what you want, okay? So
okay, we can do it.
Have a good old time in Grand Rapids or in Denver, okay?
Grand Junction, but yeah, for sure.
Oh, sorry, Grand Rapids. I'm sorry, Grand Junction. I said Grand Rapids earlier too. Grand Junction.
That's all right. That's awesome. Well, thank you, Amyra. And don't forget the promotions that came out today for the month of love. Chocolate, chocolate, chocolate. So 4 boxes of chocolate for the price of 3 is the one promotion. You can get one of every flavor, but there's also the buy one, get one on the Cherry Bliss Dairy Free Bars, which is a great deal as well. Nothing better than chocolate and berries for Valentine's Day. So what a fun way to share the IsaLove as well. So it's an exciting time. So I want to just encourage you to do that. Patsy, do you have a comment or question?
Kath, for those of you who are thinking of signing up for the top 50 and you're saying, you know, I'm still trying to decide, we are not trying to manipulate you in any way. However, I do want to emphasize that this is an event that has a limited spots. When 50's full, 50's full. We can't stretch it. We don't have the flexibility. So that's why we're trying to get you all in as quickly as we can, because it's not just 50 of our team. We've partnered with a couple of other leaders, and their teams are signing up too, and we want you to run with us. So just encouraging you, if you're able, to make that decision as quickly as possible.
Thanks, Patsy. And the coupon ends on the 1st, so for the $100 off the enrollment for the intensive. So just want to add that as well.
And please hear my heart. We are not trying to be manipulative.
Yeah. Thank you, Patsy. Well, awesome. Well, blessings on your evening. Look forward to hearing about your activity. Engage in the 90-day challenge. It's actually, I appreciate the structure and the way they're bringing the training this 90 days. It's helpful and very practical and easy to incorporate in your life if you're if you're on the 90-day track, and every one of us are. If you have not yet watched the Fast Track to Executive.com video series, I would highly recommend that you do that one so that you're aware for sharing. But some of the new tools that are out now. So with that, we'll just sign off for the evening from the recording. And we want to bless all of you who hear the recording as well. Any questions, feel free to ask.